Hello and welcome to part 4B of my brand new tutorial series, How to Make a Cartoon in After Effects. Today I'm going to be continuing on with our pose-to-pose character animation, adding in the essential details that you need to really make your character animation stand out, and also not look like a child made it. Hello everyone. Before I begin today's lesson, a lot of people have been commenting and messaging me saying that their mouths have suddenly fucked up, and I have this same problem too. It's because Time Remap is a glitchy arsehole. So no matter what mouth you put, Time Remap literally fucks everything up and puts the wrong mouth. Let me show you what my mouths look like.
Wow, I'm a character. I'm a character and I put... Wow, I'm a character.
Even when he goes wow, his mouth's meant to be open there. There's a very simple fix. All you have to do is click this button. There's no time to explain why this works, but it works, and I hope you enjoy today's tutorial. So, I have about 5 poses now. It's very simple. They're just one holds and then transitions into another and then holds and then transitions into another and holds. It's very, very basic. That's why they call it pose-to-pose animation. So what I'm going to do now is just add one final pose because I want him to walk a little bit over to the right. And then we're going to go through each pose-to-pose transition one at a time, and we're going to make them look better. Let's go right ahead and give him his final pose. I think when he says I personally, he should look up.
And I personally think that most vloggers...
I'm just going to try and make this as simple as possible because I realise that I take my time with these things, and I mean, I know I have to go deep, but not that deep, Ross. That's what she said. And he, that's what they all say. Just do it. And I'm also going to keep it down to, like, just this small section. We're going to try and get through this, and you can use all of these techniques on longer pieces of work if you want, but for these tutorials, I'm just going to stick with this 4 seconds. So let's give him his final pose. We'll move him from the crotch over to the right, because I want to put a little step in there. I want to have a little walk, because on the next tutorial we're going to be using rubber hose, and that's very good with legs.
Wow, I'm a character. I'm a character and I personally think that most... Wow, I'm a character.
Okay, it doesn't matter how shit it looks. We're going to go through each transition and just work on them one by one. Now I can already tell that because this transition happens after 2 frames from the beginning, there's not going to be enough time to add anything before the transition happens. So, in these sorts of situations, I highlight all of the layers, I drag them all to the right, and then I extend them to the left. Let's work on this pose. So let's hit N and B. First of all, I'm going to make it a bit slower. I'm going to drag these and make it a slower... spread the keyframes out. Then I'm going to delay the hands. In fact, there is actually no rotation on the hands. So what I'm going to do is set some keyframes for the hands. Right hand is down here. Hit R. That should make a couple of keyframes. Easy ease, which is F9. Now I'm going to highlight the second 2 frames by holding down Shift, and then I'm going to rotate them up. Now the hands turn up like that, but first of all we want the hands to rotate the other way so they look a little bit floppy. Let's see how that looks. Looks nice. How about we add some bounce in there? So maybe the hands rotated a little bit too far. Let's add another keyframe at the end, and then let's make this keyframe go too far. So at the moment it's on -33 and -25. If we just drag this, it should rotate both of those hands too far. And then we're going to highlight all the keyframes for the hands and move them forward to the right 2 frames. 1, 2. That's Alt and right. You see how they bounce a little bit there? Wow, I'm a... Very good. Very annoying. Okay, so there's overlap and bounce. Let's do the same to the arms. Maybe we will delay the left arm bot and the right arm bot. Get these two keyframes and move them one frame to the right. Maybe before the left arm top and the right arm top rotate anti-clockwise, they should rotate clockwise. So if we go, say, 5 frames to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To move between frames, just hold down Command and left or right. So right arm top. Let's go forward. And let's say 1. And then 1. Now you'll see that they rotated slightly. So it's like that's called anticipatory movement. Get a little bit anticipation in there, and he's preparing himself. Now I think the arm bots should rotate a little bit too far, just like the hands. Set another keyframe 5 keyframes ahead. Make it rotate too far up. Do the same to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you click this, it will go to the keyframe on the left of it, so it should go to here if I click here. Yes. Make that rotate a little bit too far. Looks a little bit nicer. Could be a little bit quicker actually, so I will just highlight all of these keyframes and move them, except for that one. And just move these to the left. Maybe that one too. Maybe I don't want his hands to be that floppy. I mean, oh, come on, it's not like they're up. The torso maybe should rotate forward before it rotates back. So, I mean, how far back does it go? -2. So let's put it forward like 0.3. Let's also make it rotate later, so Alt and right. Let's make the torso rotate too far to the anti-clockwise. Let's do it by the same amount, extra 0.3. Let's turn off the audio for now because I can. It's driving me insane, to be honest. You can see this bounce. This just adds a little bit of life. So let's carry on. Let's do the features. Maybe you just got to look at it and think, how does this layer move? So the features are moving up. So before they move up, we're going to make them move down by setting an extra keyframe on the left, going to this, which was the original first keyframe, and moving it down. Even if it's just by 1 pixel. Now over here, we're going to make it go too far up. So this one, we're going to hit up. Let's see how that looks. Now we're going to sort out this little bit of hair. I believe it's part of the head. W, path. Maybe I could just, without animating it, I could just always have the hair over here, just completely change the design. Then it looks a bit weird. Maybe I will animate it so that it's back there like that, and then over here at the first pose, a little bit forward, how it was. That looks a little bit nicer. Maybe we could delay the rotation of the head, because in animation, absolutely nothing moves at the same time. That's completely unnoticeable, and possibly pointless. Let's move on to the next pose. I'm going to highlight all of the layers, just going to highlight the hands. Hit U, make a rotation keyframe, go forward to the end of this movement, just when everything stops moving, which is here. Hit rotation. Maybe put them down like that, because the movement is the hands going down like that. But then put a little bit of a delay on. So highlight the 2 sets of keyframes and nudge them along by 1. Now we're going to slow this entire movement down. grab all of the end keyframes, move them to the right by, let's say 2, 1, 2. Let's have a look at that. Let's do the same thing to the right arm. I'm going to delay it by 1 frame. I'm going to add an extra frame here, and then make it go too far, which would be minus 29. See, it bounces there. This is super interesting. Sorry, I'm not actually being funny, but I kind of get in the zone a little bit. Not really in the humour zone in this kind of right arm top. And you know what? By this point, you guys, if you've made it this far, you guys are animators. Now I'm going to rotate the hand up so that... Oh, no, wrong hand. Right hand. So that when it falls, it's still pointing upwards. I'm going to turn it like that so that there's a delay. Let's make the torso bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the left. Make it go too far, so 0.5. Let's make the head bounce, because we haven't done that so far. Maybe 1 degree, and then shift it to the right so that it's delayed. Yeah, looks alright. Maybe we'll add a little position change. So, P for position. It's the first time we've animated the position of the head. Let's make it move to the right and down a little bit. And then in this next pose, let's make it move back to its original. Very nice, guys. This is some great work you're all doing. Maybe it rotated a little bit too far there. Maybe let's set it to 1.5. So it's... How about this pesky left arm? Let's animate the shit out of this. And I don't particularly like this pose, but I'm going to change it now because, you know, fuck everything. Fuck this tutorial. It's not important. Is it important? It's quite important. I am taking my time with it. Yeah, that does look better. Okay, let's make it bounce. So the left arm bot. Go forward a few frames, set a keyframe, go back to this keyframe, and make it go too far. So 51. Let's have a look at it. Oh, that is... Wow. That's real nice. Let's do the same thing that we do to the hand and make it in the middle of this transition. Point up a little bit too far. See, that looks nice. That looks a little bit more natural. Maybe even we can make it rotate too far a little, even more. 49. Oh, that is nice. I'm tempted to do that to the other arm. So right arm bot. Let's turn it up like that. Oh, that is, ooh. Yeah, I've never done that before, but that's nice. Looks really natural. Looks like he's kind of lifting them up and then pushing them down. Let's do left arm top, because at the moment it's just a straight transition from one keyframe to another. Maybe anticipatory movement, which is the movement beforehand that goes in the opposite direction. So we need it to go anti-clockwise, which means we will add 1 to this minus value. There, yeah. The torso, if you remember, we animated it to go down over his crotch. So if it's going down, where are we going to make it go before it goes down? We're going to make it go up. Set a keyframe there, animate this one, and let's push it up and maybe to the left. And then, before we even preview, just make it go down a little bit too far. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Okay, a bit less. In fact, there's no difference between these two frames, so I'm just going to delete this one. I think this left arm needs to go up a little bit higher when he leans back. So left arm bot. Let's grab all of these keyframes up until the point where it starts going down. Yep, I've grabbed them all. If you grab them all, and then you can drag this like that, and then it should affect all the keyframes by an equal amount. I think we need to slow the movement of the left arm top by 1 frame. That's nice. Do the hands bounce when they land? No, they just go from 1 frame to another. So let's add some bounce. Make that go down too far. Where's right hand? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's usually 4 frames if you're working at 25 frames a second. But remember to delay all bounces by maybe 1 or 2 frames. Depends. Depends really on your judgment of what looks best. I'm going to delay the pupils moving by a couple of frames so that it's mid-movement. Maybe add a frame in between them, because it's quite a big movement. Move it to the left, 1 frame. That's perfect. That's fantastic. Let's hear it with sound.
Wow, I'm a character. Wow, I'm a character. Wow, I'm a character. Wow, I'm a character.
So it's a lot smoother than before. It's got a lot more character. Let's do the same thing. These same principles. I mean, I don't really know what to call them. Let's just call them the Ross principles of After Effects character animation. Let's do it to this transition. So the first thing I'm going to do is bounce the crotch. Why? Just because it's a little bit more interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set some keyframes. Make it go too far here. So it's moving to the left. Let's move it to the left. And let's also rotate it a bit too far. So minus 3.4. Maybe that's too much. Now he's got a little bounce. You can see it up here. But it's the whole thing. So do the same for anticipatory movement. Move him to the right because he's about to move left. I'm going to mute him. Can't really see that. Maybe the movement needs to be slower. So highlight all. Let's delay the torso. So at the moment, these keyframes are all parallel. They all happen at the same time. Naturally, nothing happens at the same time, especially not in the human body. So if you just move things 1 frame to the left or 1 frame to the right, it will just look more natural. Okay, I'm going to start on the left arm bot. Do what we did before and make it delay its movement. Also double delay it with that. Now I'm going to bounce it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's make it go too far. So maybe if we're rotating it clockwise, then we should add a couple of decimals to. So -5 plus 2 is -3. Then it rotates clockwise. Let's delay this hand rotation, even though there is no hand rotation. So let's animate the hand. Keyframe there. A keyframe there. In between, let's make it go the other way. That looks nice. Let's make it bounce. Let's add 2 degrees to 8, which is 10. Let's see what that looks like. Look at that hand. Just look at that. This is better education than I got in my degree. I tell you that as a fact. What does this left arm top do? Does it even move? Yes, it goes from 4 to 6. So let's make it go to 6.3. Or 4. 6.4. You can't really tell. Maybe if we add in a big anticipatory movement. At the moment it's 4, so we want it to go anti-clockwise, so let's go to 2. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's add a little something something to this right arm, huh? The right arm top, I'm guessing, is going clockwise, yep. So let's move it too far clockwise. Let's say -6. And then we'll do the same for right arm bot, but I'm guessing that's going anti-clockwise. Yep. So it goes to 63. Let's add 3 degrees, 66. See, this is without even previewing, because we already know what we're going to do. We're going to delay the hand. We're going to delay the right arm bot by 1 frame. Delay the hand. Set a keyframe for the hand at the end. I mean, where do we want it? Where's a good look? Is this a good look? We're going to bounce the hand. Make it go too far. We're going to delay it in the middle by making it point in the direction that it's coming from. Let's see how that looks. Maybe it's a little bit bouncy. But you get the point, right? Let's see what it sounds like with sound. Everything so far?
Wow, I'm a character. I'm a character. Wow, I'm a character. I'm a character.
That second movement looked a little bit slow, didn't it? Just a little bit. Let's highlight all of the end frames of the second movement. I know that this is the beginning of the second movement. This is the end. Let's nudge them all to the left by 1.
Wow, I'm a character. I'm a character. Wow, I'm a character. I'm a character.
When he puts his arms down, I think maybe they should go up a little bit more. Left arm bot. I want to move both of these round up like that, and then let's do it to right arm bot as well. These 2 frames, move them up like that.
Wow, I'm a character. I'm a character.
It puts a little bit more force into it.
I'm a character. Wow, I'm a character.
Not really necessary, but it's just something I wanted to do. And, you know, it's what you want to do. It's what you think looks good. Sometimes it's good to delay the rotation of a layer, all the rotation keyframes, so that it's not in sync with the position in that same layer. Let's see how that looks. That's about it for this tutorial. Use these techniques of bounce and overlap on your animations